Hello, everyone, and welcome to the ECC Monday Night Football. And we've got a little bit of Division 4 action for you today. We're going to be starting off with Honk Esports versus NG Saffron. To give you a bit of background about the teams, NG Saffron are 2-0 in terms of their games so far. They've won both pretty decisively as well, a 3-0 and a 3-1. And then we have Honk Esports, who have gone 1-1, and both of them went to Game 5. So who knows, we might have another Game 5 on our hands today. The lobby is set up. We're just waiting for the teams to come in, so we will finalise the rosters and talk about that later. But Boyo, what do you think? First impressions in terms of how this game and series is going to go?
Well, I just said about a lot of Game 5s happening so far, and these teams, pretty early in the season, to say a big difference, 1-1 and 2-0. It could be an interesting game here, depending on how well the teams play today. Playing up to the next standard, we'll see.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. I think obviously Saffron coming in maybe as the favourites, but it is still early in the season. We're just heading into week 3 now, so it's still to play for. And Honk Esports, a couple of Game 5s, but we'll see how it goes. It's just all about how you do on the night anyway. But both teams are in, so I can tell you the final roster lineups now. So for unfortunately, only a few of them actually have their clan tags in there. We've got Timbo on Honk, and do you know what? We're going to have to wait until we get into games because I haven't got it up, so that is bad prep from me. So I will go through the rosters as soon as we get started. I think we're more or less ready to get underway, so we'll see you right after this animation, and we'll be back shortly. And here we are with Game 1 kicking off. So, Honk Esports, we have AC, Andrezu, and Timbo. And then NG Saffron, we have Hiroki, Matt Draco, and Yami. So, cutting off straight away. Little bit of caution on the post there, coming off the Saffron defense goal. AC trying to keep the pressure on again. Does get a fortuitous second touch. Matt Draco with a nice clear though. Timbo, bring it down to the left-hand side. Gets the demo, could be beneficial. Drops it back down to Timbo again. Nice little passing hook up from Honk there. AC, a little bit of time. Unfortunately misses on the wall there. Yami can take advantage of this here. Can he get it into the box? Looking for a player. Good early block there from Andre. So Hiroki with a little bit of space. Seems a little bit flustered from Honk Esports so far. I mean, they started off well attacking, but now seem to be closed off in defense. As I say that, they do get a little bit of time to breathe. Yami coming down for the ball, and there we go. Nice dunk in there from Hiroki. 1-0 to Saffron NG.
Yeah, a good start here from Saffron. Great dunk from Hiroki. AC getting a very bad touch, just hitting it right into Hiroki. Hiroki easily finishing that ball. Great start.
Yeah, there was a lot of power on the pass there, and I just don't think they were capable of turning around in time and getting a decisive clear. Very heavy commit from Saffron here, but I think that aggression is going to help in this Game 1 because it's all to play for. You can afford to make a few mistakes, and you're still kind of, working each other out at this stage. Nice little touch from Yami towards the goal there. Andrezu with a very easy clear. Hiroki though with the interception. So this man again really getting himself up the field there. Timbo goes off the wall for the clear, misses unfortunately. Matt Draco into the center, no one there to reach it though. Yami does follow up. And it's a nice bounce, and Hiroki with a really good read, and he's popping off already in this first 2 minutes.
Yeah, Hiroki having an excellent start to this series. 2 goals in the first 1.5 minutes. Great challenge from Yami there with the 50-50 going straight to Hiroki, and Hiroki easy to finish it. Nobody from Honk Esports ready to get that save.
Yeah, and already you can see, the previous 2 weeks how it's been going. The Saffron do have quite a bit of dominance in his first few minutes, and that is probably why they've been 3-0 and 3-1 in their first 2 weeks. Hiroki in particular really starting to show off now. Matt Draco though, Misses the ball. Andrezu does get the clear. A lot of space in this midfield here. I feel like Honk need to push up just a little bit more to take advantage. But Yami with a bit of time. Got a little bit of boost to work with. Tries to get it around. Did go for the boost still. Unfortunately, didn't work out. Timbo drops it down into the middle. Can he get another? No, he can't. Yami with an excellent clear around the side. Andrezu with boost still. Yami tries to push it out. A little bit of a miss. Come on, Andrezu. Maybe staying a little bit too long up there. Server health in jeopardy, but Hiroki ends up putting it in. So it's 3-0 hat-trick already in the first 2 minutes.
Yep, Hiroki with the hat-trick indeed. Yami with an excellent pass, getting it right past Timbo, not able to make the save. We had Andres coming underneath and not able to get the save either, and a great start from Saffron. 3-0 up, 3 minutes left away, anything else to play for here.
Yeah, Saffron, they're giving them the Hiroki the deliveries, but I mean his positioning alone is definitely of a higher standard in this game. AC there with a little bit of a whiff, Andrezu there to clean up though. And I feel like Honk just need to maybe get another shot on the board and try and establish themselves a bit more into this game. But as I say that, Yami now taking his time with the clear. Maybe a little bit too much though. Timbo with the interception. Andrezu misses into the aerial. Matt thought he was going to hit that, so he's also out of the game. A little bit clustered now towards the Saffron half again. Timbo onto the backboard, no one there. AC dropping down, double commit. Can they take advantage of this? He bumps him out of the way. And Matt Draco, no boost, but does have time. Does pick up the 100, but it has bounced towards the middle. Timbo tried to get the interception. Unfortunately, didn't pay off. AC there with a little bit of a misread. He's in trouble now, not facing the right way. Andrezu with the miss there. Hiroki's coming down. Yami coming across the ball. AC again with another miss, so maybe the nerves are setting in, streaming-wise. I know it is very nerve-wracking. It's hard to do, very exhilarating at the same time, but you can definitely see a few cracks showing on the Honk side, and Saffron are taking a huge advantage. And as I say that, I think that one's just going to slide in. Matt Draco ended up securing the goal.
Yes, Honk looking lost in the field here, and Saffron taking full advantage of that, able just to hit the ball right across the field, getting it easily into the net. Only 30 miles an hour there. A very slow rolling ball. Honk could have easily got that, they just were not in the right position there. Unfortunate start here for them.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, again, it could be nerves, it could be just certain maybe positioning issue, but AC seems to be very deep in his defense, and maybe that's affecting the rotation. They might be going a 1-2 rotation, but I feel like he needs to get up the field and maybe, you know, go back to a conventional 1-2-3. But we'll see how it transpires as the games go on. It is just game one, and like I said, nerves can take over a little bit. Here comes Draco. Off the post there. Timbo did have it covered though. Yami's gone up with the ball. Backflip, unfortunately. Maybe a tactical one, though. Drops down. Doesn't get the second, unfortunately. Okay. Honk have a little bit of space here. A little bit of time. Not much boost to work with, though. End up getting an okay 50. Andrezu gets beaten out to the ball. Hiroki's closing. Matt Draco coming off the wall here. Hiroki towards his middle. And you can just see already with Saffron's passing plays, they're much more methodical, deliberate. I feel like Honk are just playing very reactively. What's your take on it, boy?
Yeah, Saffron are seeming so much more like a team rather than Honk. They really know what to expect from their teammates and how their teammates are going to react to a certain pass. They trust their teammates as well, so much more than Honk seem to do. So many double positioning errors coming out from Honk. They really need to work on that if they want to try and challenge Saffron in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Honk, you know, it looks a bit like kind of like a solo ranked, really. They don't seem to be meshing very well, and maybe the communication could be an issue too, but Saffron definitely all on the same page. And as we get into the last 10 seconds here, 4-0, very decisive win coming out, really setting the tone for the series, and NG Saffron will end up taking game one.
Yeah, as said, this first game going to Saffron, very convincing win for them as well. Giving Honk only 2 shots on target compared to their 8 shots on target. An excellent performance from Saffron to start off this series, and they're really looking to continue that. Honk, on the other hand, are really going to start working more as a team and just not letting Saffron have so much control of the game. They need to really work and take over this game and just try and get Saffron in an uncomfortable position so they can get the ball in the net as soon as possible.
Yeah, I agree. There's some big holes coming out in the midfield. Like I said, it could be a rotational issue, but there's definitely they're playing very deep, and they're kind of just letting Saffron play their game. And every clear that they had out into the midfield, I mean, you can see in a few of the highlights now, it's just it's just empty space that Saffron just move into and end up creating a scoring opportunity. So I feel like Honk, even if they're maybe not as confident on the ball, they just need to push as hard as they can and try and get up the field and get a few shots on target. I don't feel like Saffron have been tested yet defensively. There was a little bit of a error at the start, but probably not enough to justify, Honk getting into this game. So hopefully game 2 coming right up, we should see a little bit more from Honk. Okay. Yeah, okay. So just heading in. I was just confused why it's kind of reset again. So we're just waiting for the teams to head into now for game 2. As we said, NG Saffron taking full control of this series so far. Yeah, we're ready to join. So players are just coming in now for game 2 here. Middle of the pack setup. And someone, did they just go? Oh no, they just come back on again. No problem. And off we go into game 2. Double commit there from Saffron on the kickoff. So very interesting. That's what we were talking about. Honk maybe miscommunicating. It seems like Saffron are notorious for their early game miscoms. Hiroki there with an unorthodox touch. And Tracy can't do much with it though. AC puts the center pass. Doesn't really go anywhere. I feel like Yami had a bit more time on. Could have done that, so let off very lightly there from Honk. And Josie missing the ball. AC needs to get himself back in position. Timbo covering that back post there. Bit of a bump session on the Saffron side. Timbo comes through though, does have a little bit of space. Very nice first touch, and Josie dropping it in, can't get the second. Hiroki drops it in, gets a very lucky second touch, I would say. I don't think he planned that, but it paid off. Yami here with a lovely fake. Timbo was there covering though. Defensively, Timbo's looking very good. Hopefully, he can do some work today to prevent Saffron from taking the lead. So here comes Draco up into the air. Yami trying to put it onto the backboard. Anyone into the middle? Timbo with an early clear again. Putting some work in on defense. Very nice bounce there. Moves into the middle. Andresu does get something on it. Yami pushes it over to the left. And again, we're seeing that methodical, deliberate passing plays from Saffron. They are caught out 2v1 here. Andresu doesn't have any boost. Unfortunately, couldn't get the flick. Hiroki tries to get the clear. AC's good to see him moving up the field a little bit more. Timbo's coming back down. And it pops into the middle. So, minute and a half in. Does seem like Honk are doing a little bit better, but Saffron are showing signs maybe of a few misplays. What do you think about that, boy?
Yeah, Honk are definitely playing so much better than they were this game 1. They're being a lot more careful and they're not overcommitting or double committing too much here. Whereas Saffron, on the other hand, have been a bit careless with the ball, losing it a lot more often to Honk when they know they really shouldn't be. At the moment though, I'm still going to give this to Saffron. They're looking like the more dominant team. They've had so much offense compared to Honk. They've just been kind of sitting back and hoping that they can get these saves. It's still looking like that at the moment with Saffron having the ball constantly in Honk's half. So it's going to be hard for Honk to break out here, but they really could do it. This is their best chance.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's just nice to see maybe a bit more of a conventional rotation going on. Again, a bit of server lag, unfortunately. Maybe that's prevented Hiroki from getting that goal. But as we know, last few days we have had technical issues. The Rocket League servers have not been nice to us. You might have seen it even in our RLCS it getting affected, especially onto the EU in particular. So hopefully we don't have any more issues there. But yeah, as we were saying, it's nice to see Honk with a little bit more conventional rotation. No shots on the board yet, but they are holding their own right now, defensively looking a bit more sound. So, yeah. Oh, sorry? Yeah, continue.
So, Honk are definitely looking a bit more defensively sound, but at the moment their offense is just completely lacking. They've really not put any pressure on the Saffron defense, which they really need to start doing here. They need to try and break out, maybe going for some more creative plays, maybe going for some demo plays or some passing plays, which Saffron aren't expecting to get out of this situation they're in.
Yeah, it's just, again, it's that midfield. Like right now, you can even see Timbo's moving up, and the two at the back there, just no one in support. So even if one of the Honk players does get into an attacking spot, there's no support to help. So I feel like they need to, even though it's 0-0 right now, there's no point playing safe. They need to go all out. It seems like Honk are just waiting for Saffron to make a mistake, and so far they haven't made that many. But here's Timbo coming onto the ball there. Matt Draco with an early challenge. Does get a second touch there, probably not too helpful though. Timbo pushing through. Draco there, much better from him in terms of the challenge. Nice little center ball there to Yami as well. He's got a good chance here. Flick, really good save there from Andrezi. Good to hold his own there. The flick maybe wasn't as clean as you wanted it to be, but a lot of people you can see, they would just drive out, really overcommit for that ball, and he waited and done very well there. So again, showing signs of that good defensive positioning. And here he is again, picks up 100, gets it over into the middle. Timbo's up early, meets the ball. Draco there, also reaching it. Yami into the middle, that's a very nice center ball. No one challenging it though. So again, we're kind of seeing some characteristics from Saffron that we've seen from Honk. A little bit of a server issue again. So hopefully, like I said, it's going to subside a little bit, but we'll maybe see what we can do about that if it does continue. It might be out of our hands though. Draco tries to drop down. AC with the clear. Doesn't go too far though. Yami here, not sure what his plan is. Well, probably maybe just for the boost still. Unfortunately, didn't get it. Timbo with 100 there, and Drezu trying to meet the second. AC he's under a bit of pressure now. Very nice 50, and that's a double commit again. As you were saying, boy, you know, there's some very uncharacteristic plays coming from Saffron. Maybe some slight frustration, but it does drop down for overtime. 0-0 in this one.
Yep, going into this overtime, we still are seeing Honk with 0 shots on target and starting it off. Yami with the shot and barely missing. But as I was saying, Honk so far, 0 shots on target compared to the 8 coming out from Saffron. Honk have been excellent in saving these shots, but really they've not done anything else this game. They really need to get us out of their half as soon as they can if they want to win this overtime. Yeah,
it feels like one of those games where I feel like, you know, maybe Saffron will overcommit and then Honk will just get a counter and might put it in. But as I say that, Hiroki with a nice passing play over there. Does bounce nicely into the center. Yami can't get much on it. He's probably done more harm than good there. Under Hiroki, maybe not the best positioning from him. It's opening up down. The communication's breaking down again from Saffron, and like you said, I really feel like if Honk's going to win a game today, it's going to be this one, and they really need to just get themselves up the field. Here's Andrezi, 50 boost, trying to put it in. Maybe went a bit wide on that, took a little bit too long, gave Saffron time to push up. Hiroki there with the touch, coming off the wall, dropping down, Timbo with the save, and I mean, that's his 6th save in this game out of 8. So he has really put in a good shift on defense. And as I say, that was a whiff that comes out from Yami. And that man again, Timbo, he ends up finishing it off. And, you know, the hard carry coming through. But Honk have got game.
A massive whiff from Yami there, missing what really is a very easy save for him to get there. But Honk do take the game. Great play from Timbo there. Not falling under pressure, getting the saves he needs to get, and finishing it off for Honk. Putting them 1-1 in the series now after that stressful game for both teams, it must be.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for Saffron to dominate the entire game, I think, you know, you could call it cast a curse or, you know, prediction, but I just had a feeling that once Honk got up the field in a counter-attack, they were going to get this this goal. So we've got some requests for a server change here, so we're going to probably consult with Fade and see if we can jump out and maybe get another one. Yeah, okay, so we'll jump out. So Vader will just let them know real quick and we'll go through. There was quite a few spikes on the shooting opportunities, especially for Saffron at some point, so I do feel bad for them, but unfortunately, because of the rules of the game, we have to finish that one out, and we are going to go in at 1-1 to game 3 momentarily once we've changed up this server. And we are back with game 3. We've got a new, fresh server coming up. Both teams requested it. There was a few occasions where Saffron were very unlucky with the server spikes. I mean, it did affect Honk a little bit with some decision making. So overall, we're just going to call it 1-1 and carry on in this game. But it was really good to see Honk getting onto the board, getting a win as well. Timbo putting in a big shift on defense. And a really close chance there. And Drazy missing out. I feel like the Saffron player thought he was going to hit that. But here's that man again, Timbo. He's got some boost. Gets a nice 50. He's 1-on-1 here. No, there is one bubble back. Doesn't get the flick, unfortunately. Nice try, though. Once again, it's just good to see Honk up into the midfield here. Bit of a double commit. Timbo stayed up. Very nice position into the box here. Almost an own goal there from Yami, but he ends up covering. AC pushing up. Nice little 50. Picks up the boost, too. And the communication's coming through there again. I feel like someone could have gotten to the end of that, but Yami eventually does clear it. AC with a vital touch there. I feel like that was going to go and just roll into the net. Hiroki with a bit of space, but the bumping play's coming out, and boy, they must have heard you because they're really going aggressive in this first minute.
Yeah, they've been a lot more aggressive this first minute. That game that they won seems to have brought the team spirit up so much, and they're really trying hard to get this serious win here. They're playing so much better, and as we seen last game, like that one shot they got on target was the one thing they went in. They're not able to replicate that yet, but they're at least getting shots on target. We're already having 2 this game, changing the pressure so much into the last 2 games that we've seen. Hopefully they can keep this up and they will get this win.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, they've been, a bit of an injection of confidence, but as I say that, the caster's curse come through again, and Hiroki ends up getting the goal here. And this is one thing that we can speak about here. One thing I ended up improving from my own game, and I'm sure a lot of people will vouch for this too, is the back post rotation. So I know he had to cover the front there, but AC sitting just in front of the post completely takes him out of any form of defensive clear. So he has to close the angle, but I feel like if he went further back, he would have had a better opportunity. Nevertheless, 1-0 there, little bit of advice. As I say that, Yami just chucks it into the left side of the net, and it is now 2-0 to Saffron. It's looking a bit more like game 1 this time.
Yeah, just as we go to compliment Honk's improvements, and the same issues from game 1 are coming back out again. They're just too scared to go for the ball when making these bad touches, going straight to Saffron here. Saffron able to get easy shots, and this time Timbo's not always sitting in the goal, ready to get all the great saves that he needs.
Yeah, there was left back with Andrezu and AC there, and AC is doing, obviously everyone's doing their best today, and it has been a good series so far, but Timbo is that rock in the defense, so if he is caught out of position, you do wonder how much time and space Saffron are going to have, and so far 2 goals have resulted from him being up the field, but the rotations are looking better. This game's not over, 3 minutes to go. AC puts it up into the middle. Hiroki gets there first. Timbo straight back up the field. That is a big boomer. Miss from Yami, and it goes in. And the arrow, I mean, you could question it there. I feel like he had it if he just stayed on target.
Yeah, I feel like Yami might have been taking some inspiration from Gimmick. They're just putting a wee spins in, make it look a bit more flashy, and that came to ruin them there. Timbo getting the easy goal just there, just booming it up the field, and Yami flying past it. Disappointing from Saffron. They should be a lot more careful in this situation if they want to keep this.
Oh, definitely. I mean, if they were like 2-0 games right now, then yeah, maybe try and put a bit of flair on it. But in that position, actually the arrow ended up costing him. I feel like the edge of his car would have got a touch on that. But there he is, Yami again, the arrows. It's not going to give up on it. Ends up setting up Draco. Unfortunately goes wide. So yeah, you can't take him out of Rocket League today. He's going to be doing those arrows as long as he wants, really. Okay, nice drop down. Drazy. Good win onto the board. Gets a second touch. 1-on-1 now. Can he get the third? No, he can't, unfortunately. Timbo puts it up onto the backboard. Misread from Yami again. Comes across. Drops it into the middle, but no one's there. Yami with a bit of space now. Tries to pick up that 100. Launches it up the field, and Drazy meets it early. Backwards redirect. AC there, bailing his teammate out there. So nice positioning from him. But here it comes down to Hiroki. Unfortunately, can't get onto it again. Looking very choppy. This game's got quite dicey. Timbo's trying to push it through the middle. Good challenge there from Yami. From Drazy with a nice touch over Hiroki. Completely baits him out. He doesn't have enough power on the shot though. But what a bump from Andrezu, and he just soloed the entire team there.
Yeah, great start for the play from Andrezu, getting over 1, and the great bump that he gets. Getting that easy goal, and excellent play coming out there. Just destroying the whole defense, not giving them any chance to get that save.
Very savage worthy there from Andrezi. Here he is again, pushing it up the field, and they've all leveled up here, and this series is getting more and more exciting now that Honk are really establishing themselves in this game. Here comes Timbo again, really nice bounce. He's going for the flip reset, unfortunately doesn't end up getting the reset in time. That Joker with the very early interception gets a second as well. But Andrezi, a little bit of time there, unfortunately didn't do anything with it. AC pushing it out into the midfield. Timbo again with a nice big clear. Tries to put it middle. Good interception by Yami. That's a bit more like it on his defense. There's been some questionable decisions. A few misses from him as well. Here comes Hiroki. Puts it middle. Back to Yami. And his passings are coming out again. Very reflective of game one. But Adrezu's there. Double commit up the field here. One has boost. The other doesn't. So this could be a little bit questionable for Saffron. Nice pinch clear from Timbo there. And this is what, we're seeing from Timbo a lot, is maybe his defensive prowess has been so good so far. Because if he's not sure, he's just booming it up the field, and that's exactly what you do. And Andrezi there, a big challenge, just coming off the bar. So this is looking great for Honk. They've really switched out this game. And even though they went 2-0 down, they brought it all the way back. So going into the last 20 seconds, do you think either team can take this, or will it go to overtime?
I'm saying overtime right here, because both teams are taking these shots and goal, but both defenses are holding up greatly at the moment. Very impressive, and a very close attempt, and it does go in from Yami. An unfortunate touch there from the defender, not able to get the save, and instead hitting it into the net. A great demo from Yami to eliminate Timbo from the play.
Perfect demo. Yami gets just enough on it to push it towards goal. I feel like he didn't think he'd get the touch there. And you hate to see it, because Honk have really put in a good effort to try and win this game. But with 3 seconds left, it doesn't seem like it's going to go their way this round. So it will be 2-1 to Honk Esports. Not Honk Esports, NG Saffron. And let's see what Honk can do into the next series. So what do you think their game plan needs to be? They're becoming more aggressive. They're pushing themselves up the field. But what do you think they're missing in order to secure out these wins?
Once again, the Honk are so much more impressive than they were these first two games, especially getting so much more pressure on, and really making Saffron struggle here. Saffron, though, they weren't missing their shots this time. They were getting them in when they needed to. But I think Honk needs to keep up what they're going at and just be a lot more aggressive, go for these creative plays, put Saffron out of position, and they will slip it in. They're doing a great job at it so far, and they need to continue that. They're not relying on Timbo so much in defence. It's been a bit worrisome when Timbo's not in defence. Not sure what's going to happen with the Honk defence.
Yeah, I mean, 7 shots coming out from Honk this time. I mean, there was still 11 coming out on Saffron, so they're still outplaying them in the attacking third. But considering what game 1 was about 1 shot, I think game 2 maybe just about 2 shots, I think, including the goal. And so they are getting progressively better, but you get to this stage here where, match point for Saffron, are they going to, are Honk going to step up in time? Are they going to be able to eradicate what's happened and what's transcribed? But who knows? We are going to move into game 4 in a second. So let's get into this one now. I feel like what Honk is lacking really is, you can see how well they do in the attacking third. All of them have, abilities for solo efforts as well. They are looking for passes, but I feel like they just need, it's just a self-confidence, I think. Once you saw that first goal going after the game 1, the first minute of that game 3, they were completely all over them. And then as soon as they made that mistake in defence, it just completely dissipated again, and they didn't get it back until the equaliser. But starting out on the game here, again, another questionable start for Saffron. They do seem to be slow starters in each of these games. Always end up going back to their third. That's a really nice redirect from Hiroki, and he seems to be back to his game 1 form.
Yeah, great start from Hiroki. Started off the first game with the hat-trick, and started off this game with a great goal here. Honky players were not expecting that kind of touchdown, and Saffron start off this game 1-0. Very
speedy from him. He did exactly what he needed to do. And these kickoffs have been very questionable so far from both sides, really, actually. But Timbo here, he's got a chance. He's going in, air dribbling down, goes for the double tap. Nice save from Yami there. Much better on the defense. But he is boosted. So what can they do? Hiroki's only on 7 as well, so not really much choice here for attacking. But Hiroki does very well to get that a bit close to him. Timbo reading the situation excellently. Draco there gets the interception. And Josie needed to hit that. That was an empty net there. It has bounced back into the line of goal. Yami there with another touch off the backboard. Really heavy commitment here from Saffron though, but unfortunately AC's touch on the ball wasn't ideal. Hiroki there, taking his time. Good play there. Probably got a bit lucky. Then Jozu didn't realize he didn't have any boost. Okay, moving over. Nice bounce off to the wall there. Hiroki read it very well. Moves into the center. And Jozu there with a miss. He had a bit more time than he realized, I think. Matt Joker puts it straight back on net. Can Yami redirect this? And that's a lovely little block from him. They're just taking it away from the defender.
An excellent touch from Yami there. Great pass from Draco, and Yami waiting and doinking it over the defender, coming there and getting in the top bins. 2-0 up to Saffron with 3 minutes left in the clock.
Yeah, and I mean, there was a bit of packet loss there. The servers again are playing up ever so slightly, but I mean, as far as I'm aware, it wasn't impacting necessarily the actual goal scoring opportunity. It was kind of more middle of the field, not really anyone's possession, but obviously you don't want it when you're playing, so we'll see how it fares for the rest of the game. I mean, game 3 was completely fine, so hopefully it was just a minor blip, but as we said, Rocket League has been questionable on the servers recently. It seems to be a recurring theme over the last 4 or 5 years it's been out, so hopefully they can fix that soon. But AC with a nice read, bounces it into the ground, puts it into the empty net, and that's more like it from Honk.
Yep, Saffron just all over the place in defense there. We had all players just out of the way. Hiroki last back and just drive past the ball. AC with the open net to get in.
It's good to see him again moving up the field, being very aggressive here. I mean, they're getting to the point where they don't have a choice. There is 3 minutes to go. They really need to secure this game 4 in order to take it to game 5. But unfortunately, they're a little bit of a pinch, and AC just can't react in time. Matt Draco with a long shot.
Yeah, AC just not fast enough to get the save, and nobody else there to help in the defense. Matt Draco and Yemi getting a pinch off there. Very nice pinch indeed as well. Getting that goal very fast ball, making it very hard to save.
Yeah, there's not much you can do with a pinch of that caliber as well. But Yami there with a nice touch, bar down, can't finish it off. Draco drops it in though. Very nice heads-up play from them, and it seems like Saffron have taken full control. There is time left, but it's very much looking like another game 1 scenario.
Yeah, Honk are just looking lost once again in the field. Saffron taking so much control of this game, and they're just finishing whatever they want to finish. If they wanted to go in, they will put it in the net, and Honk really have nothing they can do about it seems.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like with Honk, it just seems to be more of a confidence, maybe even like some, a psychological issue, a mentality issue, because mechanically they're kind of matching Saffron. I don't feel like anyone's maybe going above and beyond them, but in terms of maybe, positioning, decision making, there seems to be some issue there. There's glimmers of what they're capable of, as Andrezu now gets a nice block on there, tries to finish it off. Unfortunately, no boost, ends up whiffing just past it. But I feel like Honk, give them a little bit more time, maybe towards the end of the season, and we can see what they can do. But AC again with another nice interception on the midfield, and it bounces straight in the net.
Yeah, time and time again, we keep seeing just bad positioning from these players. There bounces off of Draco, and the defenders not able to make it back in time to get the save. Just not expected to happen, and just overall bad positioning. But both teams are going to be looking to improve this if they want to step up over the season.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Saffron's results right now are coming in well, but I feel like once you get towards kind of later in the weeks and maybe even towards playoffs, they're going to need to have a bit more consistency than that. But Honk, I think, will probably be more of a late bloomer. They do have the capabilities. It just seems to be maybe more of a mental issue here. So hopefully that's something they can work on. And as I say that, a big mix-up at the back. Matt Draco again coming from downtown and just knocking it straight in.
Yep, all the Honk players kind of just jumping around the bottom. We've seen a bump coming out there from the team. And Matt Draco just get a nice easy shot for him there, just dropping it down from above. An excellent shot in.
Yeah, I mean, there seems to be a lot of fragility on the Honk side. If they have a little bit of time, if things are kind of going in a conventional manner, they seem to be okay. But as soon as something a bit unorthodox happens, they just seem to panic. And again, the defensive errors coming through there. AC positioning is questionable. The demo coming out as well from the returning player, and it's 6-2, and it looks like this is going to be Saffron's.
Yeah, Honk, this looks nothing but over for Honk Esports now there, and they're looking defeated with their playstyle as well. Saffron are just going to be seeming to, as many goals as possible, secure that lead as much as possible, not trying to let Honk get any chance of a comeback.
Yeah, I feel like, like you said, the mentality's gone. I feel like you can see from the positioning. I mean, there's some heavy demos coming out as well. Timbo's trying to keep everything together, but I feel with time there will be a much more even matchup. It'd be interesting to see how the league goes and whether they can have a rematch in this scenario, because you know their performance in game 2 was very good in comparison to these recent ones we've seen. But here we go, he's coming up the field, doesn't get to it, and Yami again just dropping it in, and that's 7-2 now with a minute left. I mean, how far can this go?
Yeah, it just seems like Saffron is going to get as many goals as possible here, just having fun with it. Honk are going to let them do it seems as well, just not putting much challenge onto it here, and just disappointing to see at the end here. I was hoping for much better from them after that second.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they're, you know, obviously they're padding the stats. So Yanni there just breaking some axles completely, but Andrezu luckily stayed in position. But now, you know, like I said, they're letting him play again, and it's another more or less an own goal there that was going. I think it was off target, and he ended up putting it in. So, yeah, there's you know quite a few chats coming in as well, and AC just dropping it onto the post. Timbo couldn't pinch it clear, so it seems like a little bit of defeatist mentality here from Honk, and I'm sure they're just going to end up seeing out this last 50 seconds. Maybe try and focus on some damage control.
And another goal.
And again, it's another one as well. So, I mean, in terms of, you know, what to say, what to talk about, yeah, like I said, Honk, a lot of prosperity maybe to come through. They should take some positives away from this, but this game 4 has just been complete annihilation. Saffron, no, not now. They're just going to move up the field and just keep banging them in, I think. No mercy whatsoever. Just getting that goal difference up as well and really kind of flexing on them a bit. But we might see a bit of creativity coming out, maybe a few clip-worthy moves here. But you can just see Honk completely pinned back into their own half. And with 30 seconds left, it does seem like that they are going to be 3-0, undefeated still for Saffron, and Honk Esports are going to be into that 1-3 got sort of win-loss difference right now. So, Yami puts it back into the middle, and a nice little redirect from Draco, and there we go. The clips are starting to come out off the wheels, bottom left.
And yep, Saffron make it 10, just many goals as they possibly can. A really nice goal they're coming out from, though, to be fair. As you said, they're going for these more show-off plays here. They're kind of showing Honk Esports that, yeah, we can do this. And they're just having some fun with it now. If Honk want to improve in the future, though, we need to see them find this happy medium where they can have this great defense they had game 2, but also have the great offense they had these other games. They would get, like, game 2, they had no shots on target till the very end. And they can't be doing that, they can't rely on that, even with the excellent saves they were getting. So we really need to see better from them in the offense department. Defense, they can really hold their own, and they need to kind of incorporate the offense into this.
Yeah, and it's more, you know, it's just having that attacking threat, I feel. It wasn't necessarily their shooting, you know, accuracy, because when they did have shots, they were really testing them or they were going in. And it just seems like they need to work on that midfield range, maybe a bit of rotational stuff as well. And like you said, maybe a bit less reliance on Timbo in particular in defense as well. But NG Saffron will take this 3-1 into the series, and they go 3-0 for the season so far. Commiserations to Honk Esports, though. There was glimmers of hope coming in for this series, but unfortunately they faltered towards the end, and Game 5 was just a complete domination. Maybe a bit of advertising on Saffron's part there. But anyway, we're going to be setting up for the next game, which we'll give you more information on soon. But in terms of this one, it's all done and dusted, and very good play there from Saffron. You can see why they're 3-0 so far. So well done to them, and we'll be right back right after setting up this next series.